My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is April 20th, 2023. It is 2 p.m. A lot of videos were popping up on my timeline on Twitter, so I wanted to watch them. So I like when I watch them for the first time, so for my initial reaction to come out while I'm recording. So before the kids come from school, I want to look at them, and whenever I get to edit them, I'll edit them. But before I get started, I was looking at the estimate revenue here. If you guys look at videos that dated from beginning of this month until now, okay, it remains at $430 something. It keeps on going down. I know some people are, I don't know, I'm seeing some donation through YouTube or whatever. I don't know how it works. I'm talking in terms of, let's see if I could find it. Analytics, audience, where is it? Revenue, is it this one? Down here, where it says fan funding. Okay, super thanks. All right, $72 here. It's showing here. I don't know if it add up. I'm showing you everything. It's not like I'm making $1 million. I don't know if it adds up to some of the other things, but you know, beggars cannot be very picky. But if you can, I will prefer PayPal or Cash App, not through YouTube. For some reason, I do not trust YouTube. Okay, I'm just saying. But beggars can be pickers and choosers. So whatever you can, thank you. But for some reason, I'm feeling like I'm not seeing those numbers. Okay, $430.52. I don't know if it adds all of these. I really don't know. Okay, but let's go on Twitter. There are a couple of videos that I'm seeing. They might be, I'm gonna record all of it all at once. I don't know if I'm gonna separate them into individual videos, depending on how I see fit. Okay, I don't want to do this first. 49, is that the one? I want to focus on the videos. This I could leave it in the morning to do. Okay, so that's it. I want to focus mostly on videos and stuff like that. Okay, this is only 7 seconds. Okay, Prince Harry told us, sometimes royal reporters will slip up in conversation and admit the invisible PR contract that they have with the royal family. Quote, my job is to report on the royals and to be, you know, sometimes part of their PR spin and to be positive about them. All right, 7 seconds. I don't know if that's her quote. Let's see here. Oh, what happened?
Although, you know, my job is to report on the royals and to be, you know, sometimes part of their PR spin and be positive about them. My job
now
is
I see it. I read it more. PR spin to be positive about them. Okay. All right. Glow, was this today? No, earlier this week. Okay. Royal reporting doesn't exist. It's all PR. Yeah. There they are. They're saying. There was another video that I saw her. I must have shared it with you. She was saying some, you know, how the thing works. Okay, I love when they tell on themselves. That's why Britain is where it is now. All of this, pointing up here, is self-inflicted. This is when Biden was, before he went to, what is it? I didn't cover it too much, but I did share some stuff when he was in Ireland. So I think that was before he went to Ireland. He was having tea with the Prime Minister. Okay, that's why Britain is where it is. Okay, so let's read this one. Britain humiliated itself by imploding from a modern democracy into a far right-wing country, and the world is running away from it as fast as it can. Oh, guess what? The U.S. is not that far. The U.S. is not that far off. It almost did, and the U.S. is still on a string of going through that same process again if we don't vote. I did say the 2020 election was critical. The next one is even critical because we already see they're still pushing back. Okay, the Trump peoples, the megas are still pushing. So I hope the people who didn't see what was going on see it now. If this is the way that they want to move, to democracy, to maintain democracy, because other than that, we're heading the same way. There was leading to the 2020 election? Yeah, leading to the 2020 election. Byline was putting different, is it Byline or something project, Lincoln Project, either Byline or the Lincoln Project. There was one video I remember seeing, this young man who was working at the White House for Trump. And I remember that video, this young man said something like, Trump told them that after the 2020 election, they could do whatever they want. Okay, so I remember this on top of my head because they were trying to do things to go in the same direction as that, and then people went out and voted, and he left, I think, that position. But let's see what he said here, and before I go on to the next video. Okay, I read that one. Recently, Joe Biden paid a visit to Ireland, and there something happened. It wasn't just as much as the media's made it out to be a weeping homage to his heritage. It was bigger than that. He gave a series of speeches, dazzling ones. He stepped into the shoes of an American president. He exuded not just swagger and bravado, but stood there as the leader of the goddamn free world, and it listened. Like I said, the U.S. still has a lot to do. If you look at things that had happened this week alone, okay, you have people in the military, putting stuff, maps on social media, doing different things. So we are not that far off. People still need to fight. This is why they don't like black people, because look who's bringing somewhat justice to what Trump has done. A black general attorney in New York. Look what's happening in Georgia. A black attorney, attorney general. I'm saying attorney general. Okay, so people who want fair laws and to practice it fairly, I don't know, you tell me. All right, because they had they had so many opportunities to to bring justice or to charge Trump of something, but they just left it. People can't believe it. All right, someone has to tell her that Royal Family is a public institution and their job is to hold them accountable. They aren't their PR and cheerleaders. It is time that UK citizen to hold this institution to account. Yikes. This right now, it has to do with the people. All right, or young people need to go and run for office because the old people are not doing it. If you look at what's happening in America, young people are running for office. There's one, and I believe in Florida, that's in DC. Is it a representative? Yeah, it has to be a representative. He cannot be what is it? A senator. I'm trying to hurry up and I can't even think of the word. And then there's two of them, and what is it? Is it Georgia? No, not Georgia. What was Tennessee? Okay, they made wave in Tennessee this past week. Okay, so young people need to run for office, because if you're waiting for the old people who's very comfortable where they are, okay, young people need to run for those office and rally up their young people to vote for them, because those old people, they're not gonna do anything. They are very comfortable where they are. All right, let me read some of this and then move on. All right, that's this. And negative about Meghan, straight from the palace, saying the quiet part out loud. 100%. We been you. What a slip up, Prince Harry told us. All right, yep, whoop, there it is. All right, so let's go to the next video. This one was a short one, so I'm glad I got out of the way. Next one, that's another video. All right, this one has to do with Samantha Markle's lawsuit. This is the one that really makes me want to listen to the videos, before tomorrow morning. Okay, this is from a real lawyer about scammy case against Meghan. Watch this thread. All right, 2 minutes. There's more. There's a lot. Or maybe just 4. All right, let's listen. 2 minutes and 17 seconds, and I believe that's from TikTok. All right, let's listen.
Yeah, let's talk about how Samantha Markle is going to have to pay Meghan Markle's attorney's fees. So Samantha Markle filed her 3rd amended complaint on April 13th. Anytime you're on your 3rd amended complaint, you are in trouble. You have not done a good job. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This 3rd amended complaint is crap. First of all, it starts with this prefatory statement, which is just baseless gossip. It has nothing to do with the claims in the lawsuit. It's Samantha's way of trashing Meghan. So, here...
Okay, I'm glad he's saying that because I went over the entire thing. Okay? So, there it is. I just want to answer that.
When Samantha's talking about how close she was to Meghan, she says she was more than a model to follow. She was also someone who regularly went with Thomas Markle, their father, as he drove Meghan to and from school and acting classes. So she was just in the car. Why does that make you close? You carpooled. So back to this prefatory statement. It basically accuses Meghan of distancing herself from Samantha for absolutely no reason. Like here, it says Samantha gave Meghan a call when she was on break, and Meghan hung up the phone the second she heard Samantha's voice. And then here they talk about Meghan getting married to Prince Harry on May 19th. And for some reason, they talk about Meghan verbally inviting their father to the wedding and then disinviting him. Has nothing to do with these claims. Then they trash Meghan as a bad daughter. They say, Thomas Markle had heart attacks, and Meghan, instead of showing grace and compassion, she effectively terminated her relationship with her father because she believed that he had attempted to gain publicity due to Meghan's engagement.
Okay, I think I put videos of when Thomas Markle was saying this was a setup to mess up the wedding when I was going over the lawsuit, the file. Okay, so I'm glad he pointed this out.
Again, none of this has anything to do with whether Meghan Markle defamed Samantha. This is the funniest part of the prefatory statement. It says the media discovered Samantha and began contacting her for interviews. Samantha accepted. And then it says one of Samantha's statements was taken out of context and misconstrued. Basically, Samantha said, Meghan had not contacted their father, even though she knew that he had suffered 2 heart attacks. This is just gaslighting at its finest, and it has no place in this complaint. We'll move on from the prefatory statement in part 2.
Okay, so let's go to the next one, part 2. Let's see here, 1 minute and 53 seconds.
What lies did Meghan Markle say about her sister? Well, according to the 3rd amended complaint, there were 4 disparaging, hurtful, and false statements. We'll come back to this allegation in a moment because it's really important. So first, Meghan said, I think it would be very hard to tell all in reference to Samantha's Tell All book. When you don't know me, when you talk about betrayal, betrayal comes from someone that you have a relationship with, right? I don't feel comfortable talking about people that I really don't know. Statement number 2, I grew up as an only child, which as everyone who grew up around me knows, and I wished I had siblings. Statement number 3, the last time I saw her, meaning Samantha, must have been at least 18, 19 years ago. And this seems to be grouped with the other one in response to this question. So you all weren't close, you didn't grow up together? Meghan said no. So how are any of those defamatory? Well, let's go back to this important.
It's funny he brought this up because I made reference to it as well, where you can't force somebody to remember certain things. And then Meghan was giving a range of time, and I think I shared some pictures around each of those times that is Meghan probably had met her to sort of correspond to what Meghan was saying. And then I was like, how did those pictures were out on social media and all of that? How did I get a hold of it? From Google, right? So who put those things out there? Not Meghan. So these pictures sort of coincide with some of the time frame that Meghan was saying in the Oprah interview. But let's continue. Listen.
Allegation. It says during the interview, Meghan made 4 disparaging, hurtful, and false statements. And this is the most important word here. insinuating that Samantha is a stranger, a liar, and a person who is only a deceptive, fame-seeking imposter with avaricious intentions toward Megan. This is why I hate this lawsuit. Samantha Markle can't point to a single false statement that Megan made about her. Instead, her entire theory of the case is, if you look at all of these statements together, you could insinuate, you could make the logical leap that I'm a liar because I've told everybody that we were close. The big problem is the court already rejected this theory. And in my view, this amended complaint does not actually address the court's issues. Okay, I'm going to post part 3 where we talk about Samantha Markle changing her last name to Markle.
This is good. This is good. Why I like this one? Because it sort of point out some of the things that I've said in that video. Okay, so let's listen. This one is shorter, 1 minute and 4 seconds.
Samantha Markle's complaint is so bad that it contradicts itself in 4 different places. Contradiction number 1. It says Megan invited their father to the wedding, but then disinvited him. Literally in the next paragraph, it says her father suffered 2 heart attacks and for obvious medical reasons was not able to attend.
And I did bring this up as well. This one, I bought court document that happened in the UK where the text messages came out where, is it Knopf or something like that? Whoever the secretary was, Megan tried to, was trying to write the letter to the father, and before she sent it, she wanted Knopf to see it first. And then she told Knopf on several occasions within the text messages, this is confidential, please do not share it, right? And then, and said, explain to Knopf. Knopf knew all the steps that Megan was gonna do to get the letter to the father. And at near the end, Knopf told Megan, okay, why don't you include something about you tried to reach your father, he didn't pick up and all of that. This fits perfectly on this section. Knopf raised that particular statement for Megan to put into the letter. And then Megan was like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Let me revise it. And then so I could do that. Something like that. Okay. So this is slam dunk. If this were to ever go to trial, they could easily bring documents that was submitted in the UK to bring it here to support Megan's reasoning. Okay, let's continue. Let me move it back slightly.
And for obvious medical reasons was not able to attend. Contradiction number 2. Samantha made a statement that Megan had not yet contacted her father after he had a heart attack. And that statement was misconstrued by the media, and they said she was bashing Megan when she wasn't. Literally on the same page, she bashes Megan for this very reason, says Megan knew of his medical condition, and instead of showing grace and compassion, she terminated her relationship with her dad. Contradiction number 3. Megan said that Samantha changed her last name back to Markle only when I started dating Harry. Samantha says that's not true. In fact, I changed my name back to Markle after Megan started to date Harry. Number 4, she says her Twitter account was not suspended, but it was.
I know, I brought that up too, and I was like, well, you just proved Bat Sentinel correct. Okay, I think I did pretty good with my assumption. Not a lawyer, but to hear an actual lawyer sort of point some of the things that I brought up, you know, with my crazy accent reading the thing, hey, I did pretty good. Let me read some of the comments here. Great and insightful. Thank you for sharing it. No problem. Sis, second one, please. Okay, it's coming. This is why I want my content to be free, because the squads, you know, for you to see, because the squad love to share things. Okay, it's coming. Because I'm not on TikTok. Okay, I'm not on TikTok for me to see these things. Okay, I guess since no one bothered to read her book, she figured she used the court system to officially document her grievances and get her side of the story out. This is the only way anybody gonna read it. As he stated, none of this has anything to do with defamation. Yeah, like I was saying when I was reviewing the document, you can't force Megan to remember you. Okay? You cannot force anybody to remember what you remember. Okay? All I'm seeing are opinion, but no defamatory statement. Yeah, and especially when Megan said she can't talk about somebody she doesn't know. Okay? So that was that. Scammy. Thank you for sharing. Time to make her pay some legal fees and damages. Her backers will be furious. That's the laugh. Scammy backers are doing this to keep herself in the news and drag this on. They have the money to keep this going and pay Meghan's legal fees. In my humble opinion, Meghan should countersue and have an open accounting of scam bank account. I hope Meghan also get a restraining order. Thank you. I love this. Scammy Samantha. There's the laugh. I love this. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so let's move on to the next video. This one, okay, this will be the next video by itself. So this is a new video now.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.